Hello friends, in this video we'll be learning about the shortcut trick to find integration by parts questions. Whenever it comes in the examination you can easily work it out. Generally when the students were given in the written paper or in the MCQs when we have, the students used to do it with the general way of doing it with the formula integral UVDX, which is like U first function, second function will be taken by the technique I did. You all know that using inverse, log, algebraic expressions, trigonometric and exponent. That's how the students will do it. But here today we'll be learning the shortcut way of doing it. Let's say for instance, I'm solving this question with this one and we'll work it out. According to Eilert technique, I mean x is an algebraic expression, so I'll take it as u and exponential function will be like v. So if I had to go with that, this is how it will turn into full dx, right? Upon solving further, this will give me 1 times e raised to x, and this dx will be attached to this one, solution of this one, simplification. Further, it will give me this result. And also you can take e raised to x common, you'll get x minus 1 into e raised to x. So this is how you'll do, maybe 2-3 steps and all, but we'll be learning now to avoid this one for the MCQ questions or for the comparative questions. You can do it very easily, very easily by using differentiation and integration technique. So what you're going to do is you will, among the two sets of functions which is given to you using integration by parts, okay, you will take u function and differentiate it, and the other function will be integration. So what I'm going to do, I'm taking u x, first we'll write it as it is. Then what will be the derivative of x? 1, and the next step is 0. So we'll leave it on to that. Now what is my next function? E raised to x. Integration of e raised to x is e raised to x. Likewise, integration of e raised to x, since it's continuation, it will repeat no matter how many times you do it, e raised to x. Now, you have seen earlier, this was the result, right? If you could recall, what you have to do simple is write positive and negative. Like even if you have so many terms, you will continue with that plus minus thing. Isn't it very simple? That's it. So within no time, you can easily crack the questions in the comparative exam. So let's just solve. Here I have written some more questions. I have question number 2, which is like just I have increased the exponent. You can practice it by taking some other power also. So now my algebraic thing, I'm taking it as u, and this I'm considering it as v. As I said, u function, the first function which you're considering, differentiate it by writing first x squared as it is, whatever is there, just write as it is. From next onwards, do the differentiation. X square is 2x, next 2x derivative is 2, and next if I do differentiation of constant is 0. So stop it there. No need to write 0 because it will ultimately multiply, give you 0. Now take up the next function, e raised to x, integrate it. Again, e raised to x, definitely it will be the same. Put it like that. And what I told you, the final thing is put the sign positive, negative, and then positive, negative, plus c. Isn't it very great, students? By this logic and by this trick, you can work it out the questions based upon integration by parts and get the result quickly. Let's just take what happens if it is like I have trigonometric ratio along with algebraic. Okay, since if you continue and do it with the general way of doing it with the formula, it takes a lot of time. So this is the best technique to use it. Very helpful for your competitive exams. So now I'm taking this as u, this as v, as I told you. Right, differentiate the first function, integrate the second one which you are taking. So x raised to 4. Next one, if I differentiate, it is 4x cubed. Further differentiation, as I told you, we have to do up till 0 or stop it at the constant, irrespective of sign. 4x cubed. Then next it would be x cube is 3x square, times it with that, it will give you 12x square. Again, it will give you next, if you differentiate 24x, 24, and then 0, stop it. Now take up the next, which is our function sin x, integrated, remember. So integral sin is, we know, negative cos x, keep it intact. Then cos integral is sine, along with the sine you have to take, sine function basically. Integral sign is negative, so negative makes it positive, so which is positive cos x. Cos x integral is sine, and again sine is negative cos. And what do we have to do after that? Our signs: positive, negative, positive, negative, and positive. Isn't it great, students? So by this, you can work it out and do the problems of integration by parts quickly within no time. Let's just take another case wherein I have x raised to 4 and sine is increased with 2x, a multiple function basically, sine 2x. So in that, what are we going to do? I have reduced the power and taken a sample question with x cube sine 2x. So as I told you, take a function, write the function as it is, x cube, differentiate it. 3x square, 6x, and 6. Stop it. Take the next function sine, integrate. So sine it is minus cos, but as we are integrating and we know the coefficient of x which is attached to it, it will come in the denominator. Similarly, 2 is anyway constant. Cos integration is sine 2x over 2. Since we had already 2, it will be 4. So if you want, you can write directly or you can work it out. Next, again, sine integration is negative cos. Negative makes it positive. I'm doing directly. So 4 times, again, this 2 will be there. So 2 into 2 into 2, basically, or 4 into 2 will give us 8. Again, the integration of cos is going to be sine 2x. Sine 2x over 2. Already we had 8, so it's going to be 16. Then go with the sign positive, negative, positive, negative, plus c. Isn't it very great, students? So by this technique, you can work it out, the questions of integration by parts. I hope you like the video. Please like to share and subscribe. Spread it to others so that others also should learn.